Good morning, good morning. Welcome to our breakfast show. And this morning we'll be looking at the Bursa Malaysia SmartRobie in here. And I do hope that all of you had a good break. And I certainly have got my break too over a 3-day long weekend in here. And I do think many of you would have felt the same thing too. But let's get down to this week for the month of September. As I said before, many Facebook or things in the month of September generally are not very healthy for the KLCI Bursa Malaysia month of September, right? If you look back at the seasonal historical that we have, going back to the VSA 360 dashboard, you will probably know that for certain fact. But that doesn't mean that you could not still buy stocks on Green Pentagon, but you have to look for those with a good setup, looking for signs of accumulation on the left hand side. At least that will be, and also check out the hot sectors on SmartRobie in here. A lot of great ideas are picked up by SmartRobie Pentagon Guider in here. You can also check out our monthly return so far from our trading board on the chatbot, so-called our SmartRobie in here. And don't forget to look into our trade VSA win rate for that matter. Alright, so how to use SmartRobie? Definitely we are looking into the apps, right? You can do the getting the idea through the buy call, which we showed every Monday. 1 week will be on the Bursa Malaysia, another week on the US. We also look at the stock trade idea past track record that we have, and of course the SmartRobie is always best to use the stock code, right, which is you can analyze the stock, study the FA, which is the fundamental analysis, TA, technical analysis, and also what's happening in the market today, which we will look at. And more importantly, for those of you who have any stocks that you want to look on, use the Pentagon Guider alert. So when the stock turn Green Pentagon, you can get alert of the Green Pentagon or Red Pentagon on your stock watch list. That will definitely drive the buy and sell call. So we're looking at the Bursa. So this morning our tutorial, and then of course let me just bring up the trade here, and you could see right on top here, these are the 6 options, the KLCI on top of here. Let me just bring this so I can show it to you. You have the KLCI, the Robie FA list, which is a beginner. Trading stocks, these are trending stocks, these are for advanced users, and for this morning we merely focus on the beginner, right? Then the Pentagon Guider, which is for beginner and advanced. Premium intraday are for advanced users, and also the hot sectors, which is the advanced. Let me just move my head over here and you could see that in here. Alright, so let's take a look at the KLCI market today. So we hit that one on the phone that you see, and of course this morning if you scroll up, there's some big mover in here. Gainer, Nestle, which is 64 cents, and we have those big active one is up 10 cents. That's Jax, Tenco. These are all your penny stocks. You can see Tenco, Pharma, Valesto, NextG, and so forth. Okay, then you got the Nestle and the Far East and in here. All right, so we also have the Mr. DIY, Hextech, and so forth. So these are the stocks that you could use to make note of those active one, and if you want to look at the Pentagon Guider and so forth, so you can check that one out over there. So of course our potential list is our Pentagon Guider. So if you go on to a Pentagon Guider here, and you could see, let me just scroll up, you can see there are only 2. Right, those are the 2 that I've selected this morning in here. We'll take a look at those shortly in here. But before that, let's take a look at the KLCI, so-called the Bursa Index, FBM KLCI Index. So you can look from here, and let me just rotate the chart so you can see it better. So definitely there was a huge drop on the, I believe this is a 26, yes, 26. The market was marching up, but ready for a big sell-off, and usually we do see that. And this is usually a profit taking in here, and then the market sell off, and then you can see the market hold its base right at this level in here, 1575, and now really moving sideways. As I said before, September month it's always been this very so-called corrective month, means market likely gently to go sideways to downwards, and it's really proven in here, precisely spot on, like an alarm clock every time the market do that. All right, so that's what we are seeing right now. So keep in mind, I will probably give you a brief outlook on this coming Wednesday, so join me on Wednesday for market corrections, how we do from there. Okay, and let's go on. So from this list that we have here, you can see the KLSE, which we just talked about here, and we're going to be focusing on Pentagon Guider. So Pentagon Guider, you probably have a couple of options. Okay, and we'll go on to the next one. We done the KLSE, which is a Pentagon Guider. Usually you get about 10 or 12 stocks. Okay, so I'll just show you. So Pentagon Guider right now on top here, there's only 2, right? As I such before, you can see the FBN KLSE just turned red Pentagon on the 26th of August. So the market is coming down, and right now you have this this 2 stock 7087, which is a Magna. Looks pretty good. And we'll check out the next option. We'll check out whether this is a good stocks to look at, but definitely right now I really like those 2 stocks. Alright, let's look at the Pentagon Guider for MACD 7087. So I'll click on that one, and I want to look at the stock chart. Flip that one, and take note, the MACD has a 60% win rate. And if you look at this, finally MACD has overtaken the many of this what we call UT right at this price here, which is the what price is this? 217. Right, market has broke to 217, so that's a significant takeoff of the support that you have here. So again, take a look at it. We have test, we have a line change, we have overtaken the weaknesses. A lot of weaknesses was at 2 ringgit 70 cents, so the market look at, but definitely we'll come back next week to look at how well this stocks has fared, and that's a very fair comparison. Also, we want to check out the stock fundamental too, right? Because when you go into these options that we have here, right? Let me put in the SmartRobie and the 8th of September. We want you to build this stock analysis. Okay, stock analysis. Let me just zoom this out so you can see it better, right? And go up to 150% here. So you got 2 stocks which the Pentagon came out for. Now it's always best to enter on the opening of the Pentagon. So this morning, right at the morning at 8:45, you want to pack your order in there and take this stock by the horn. Alright, so how much you know this? Sentiment is very positive. Let me just move this to the right, and it's rated 5 out of 8. So it's a good fundamental stock for MACD. So excuse me, if you look on top on my phone here, MACD is rated out of 5. PE is only 7 times, while the sector average is 21. ROE is 14, sector average is 12, so it's beating the average sector, and it is giving a 50, almost 16% dividend yield. That's a lot. Okay, so it's paying up a special dividend, and if you look at intrinsic value is about 4 ringgit at discounted at 10% in here. So definitely overview. The fundamental future value is 254 at 8.5 PE, alright, with a potential of 16%. Will it make that? Alright, we will get to soon. So this is a pretty good one. Now of course we want to check out the sentiment too, right? You can see the historical win rate is 60%, and how do I find that? You go to stock chart, stock comment, right? You can see that 60% in here. So that's about 5 backtested trades, so it's been 60% of the time. But the sentiment, right, on the backdrop, you know that the KLSE has turned red Pentagon on 26th of August. So that's the backdrop you keep in mind. US job figures are bad, but there is a high percentage of the interest rate cut in September coming in here. All right. Then we can also check out the buy call. We just scroll on to trading plan. Right. Let me just push this to the side so you can see it in here, and you can see on top there, right, buy call 5 out of 5. Buy below, what price is that? Did we have there? Buy below 221. Alright, and stop loss is what price? Stop loss is 209, and target profit, first target profit is 239. Okay, so that's 239, and how long is the trade valid for? it valid until 9th of September, which is tomorrow. Okay, valid, let me just put it in here, valid 9th of September. Okay, and holding period is 6 to 8 weeks. Alright, so if it's bullish, take the trade, and if it's not, you just want to watch it here. And it's also good, you can screen print and drop the what we call the chart in here. Alright, so let's take a look at the chart again for MACD. Go on to stock chart, stock comment, and I will turn the chart for you. So you can see from here, right? And what I do, you can just screen print this and put it in there. Very nice one today. This morning is up 2.3%, but do take note, around the 239, which is this old high here. That is, you can see from here, let me just, yeah, this is the resistance. So likely the resistance is going to be hit on that part, and that's where likely this market is going to be hitting the likelihood profit taking from here onwards. Okay, now do take note, not all trade works all the time, so we have to be careful. If the market were to move against us, we need to take evasive action. Now not all trade works. Remember, the sentiment behind our market right now is still not that great. You can see the FVN KLSE, which is the main index, is turning bearish in here. Alright, so this is where, so let's take a look at the next one we have is AFIN. Alright, AFIN in here, and we just go back, scroll up again, and under the Pentagon Guider, I know it's a little bit of scrolling, yep, I just pass it here, 5185. Alright, 5185, so we hit on 5185, and we want to look at the charts, stock chart. Now take note, out of these two, AFIN doesn't have a great win rate that they have, right? Tested 12 so far, only win 25%. Alright, now the win is at least a 4.5% price gain from the closing price of the Pentagon Guided and to the peak. So keep that in mind. That's how we do our calculation here. Alright, so hint, and let's take a look at the chart. So you can see right now, AFIN is still in a downtrend. It might stabilize to a stage, what we call a stage 1 reaccumulation here, previously at around 2, what price is that? Around this price here is 226, around 226, but started to make up, right? And the last Pentagon Guider, it did not success. You can see as soon as the green Pentagon, there was another breakout. It did took up the old upthrust here, but also market continued to fall off. And remember, February 26, you can see this big sell-off in here, and that's what generally happens to our market, right? The sentiments for the finance hasn't been that great, right? Because when interest rates are cut, like we see in US, a lot of stocks fall. So out of the two, I think MACD will have a better win rate over that we've seen so far. All right, so those information, again, you want to put it into the spreadsheet that you have in here to build your trading plan from here onwards. Okay, so that's what I want to share so far for our stocks this morning in terms of the stock trade idea. Now, of course, if you look back, SmartRobie has the 6 options that you will see on top here. You can check out the trading plan, which is a buy call. This is something new and only available in our SmartRobie apps, as we are the so-called licensed digital investment advisor right now, first and only in Malaysia in here. Alright, if you look back on the past trade idea that we have so far, right, you can see the stock trade idea, we have 36% win rate. Now, judging from the market that we've seen, this is what we have. The last 3 stocks without some property didn't make the peak, the 4.5% minimum. KSL did move higher. We can look at KSL. Right, let me just bring up this chart here. Yep, so type KSL, and now we want to bring the stock chart and comment, hit that one. That's a 45% win rate. Alright, so let me just move this. So you can see from here, this was where the entry is. it did turn red pentagon. As I said before, if the market has no follow through and is well supported in here, that's fine. Then finally the market turned back green pentagon today, so started to move up this week. Okay, so usually that's a bit of pullback. All right, A Health being above the $2 mark generally will move a bit, take a bit of time. So A Health, you want to key that in. I think it's called Apex. Yeah, A Health. Okay, stock chart, stock comment. Keep in mind, I'm just showing you the chart right now. Hit that one, a 50% win rate. So you can see this one here, after turning green pentagon, it did move up, but holding up just today, not so good. Finally breaking down. Okay, so this one you need to exit because today is down. Last Thursday, just before the long weekend, the market is down. Right, a lot of stocks are just behaving like that. That's how frustrating can be if you are trading the Malaysian market for that. All right, so the US market fare better. That's something I will talk about maybe on this coming Wednesday, so make sure you join me, right? And that's fare better with that because US market made new high. Pentagon Guider, follow the smart money, and that's what we are trying to do. All right, you'll have a better win rates than just going to in. Of course, Pentagon Guider, all things being equal, we want to see stocks that move on a nice uptrend in here, right? Use the SmartRobie, free main options, the stock watch list, the stock analysis, any stocks you ever, and also the buy and sell call in there. Unique proposition, green to buy, red thing to sell, all right? And use our apps, create your watch list, add it in there. And if you are first time visiting us, I thank you for coming. We also have a support line, 010-266-9761 to support you in there. All right, use the red pentagon watch list. All right, next Monday we'll be doing on the US side on the SmartRobie in here. This is our support line. Make sure you contact us if you have any support in here. And for our VSA 360 member, right, if you want to sign up, you can do so as our premium members in here. That's all in our website. And don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, right? And a great review too, right? Of course, as usual, I will also ask anyone who have any stocks that you want to ask for. If not, do join our Telegram chat room that we have in our stock market information. That's all I have for this morning. Thank you for coming. I enjoy your presence and your support so far in here, but I'll see you on Wednesday. Thank you. Bye.